I'm a little bit late for a game between Derek and Lennart. So at the bottom we have Derek Shoemaker, and on the top is Lennart Paga. Looks like it is Stark Crossing versus Night's Watch defense. Wars to come. I'll quickly find the decks for us to bask in what's there and what is not. This should not be visible. Looks like Derek had a very explosive start. We already see Septa on the board with Sansa, dupes all across the board, and the restricted card is Simon Manderley, who got milked earlier. Looks like we'll just have a standard defense here, trying to oppose everything from Lennart. While my sheets load. Sheets. Looks like there was a recon trigger to cancel a search. That appears to be the case. Within the plot phase, we see hair, and we see recon sacrifice. Looks like that. Underground wall cured. Underground milk Craven. Where is the Craven? We see Moulin Marshall and Harkin Rope. Wait, where is the Craven? I don't see Craven anywhere. What happened to it? Oh, looks like the Craven was on... Okay, it doesn't matter. We have an intrigue challenge with Wyman for 4, which is posed by the steward. Germany, Lennart. Versus Derek Shoemaker, the Northern Patriarch himself, under 51 cards, and all set. And while we see a loss, that's a heavy loss actually, it could help a lot in the matchup. So first let's look at Lennart's deck. He's running Outwit, interesting Outwit here to serve, so I assume to see both Aemon and Mullin more than once in the deck. Is that the case? Double Mullin, triple Aemon, any random Meister? None of them. We see triple 3 times Shoren. Would be a very key engine considering the high valuable low cost character that we have in Stark, like Alysain, Sansa, even the Scepter to turn down Sansa a notch. And then we have a reset of choice, both resets actually, and even fortified position. We see expose duplicity for all those pesky shadow decks and barring the gates. So looks like all around a consistent plot deck. I cannot think of, maybe I would have liked to see the Nightwatch plot, but looks like that's not the case. We have a single haunted forest, a single copy of the Iron Throne, westward by the bridge. This is a very interesting location, so looks like it's there to tend the wall, or most town, or I mean nothing else can be stunned by that. I don't know, an interesting, looks like it's an emergency wall tent. And that's pretty much it here. And for Derek's deck, we know him, he is a loyalist of Stark loyalist since first edition ages. So he knows what he's doing with the faction, although the identity in the second edition is a little bit different. So we see at the gates, Hair, Barring, Return, King. So nothing surprising in the plot deck, 61 cards for the banter, a Old Gate, Iron Throne we see here as well. Was there an Iron Throne here? Yep. Both places are unique Iron Throne, even just a one copy. We see off to Goat Town. It's an interesting addition to the archetype, but very needed. Cover some of the icon weaknesses. I'm no one for the multiple challenges, passing the gate for refooding because he's running House Mormont shenanigans. Also, I don't see she bear, she is a monocon. Maybe that's why she's not here, but the bear scouts are here. Then you see Heifer Lysane, Daisy. Is the grandpa here? Grandma? No. But this is something that I love seeing in the current versions of Stark. 3 times recon. He's in the current meta. He's more important than Bran, I would say. At the gates is everywhere. Here is a thing that happens. And then what else? Sea of Blood getting more and more popular with how strong the Targaryen and Nightwood Sea of Blood decks are. So recon is a very key, although he is a claim on the board that you don't actually want to cover some way. And Summer is just 2 times on, but no doggy pot. That's it. Cooking. Okay. So let's go to the second marshalling phase. We see Derek's at the gates versus Lennart's counting. We joined a little bit late in the challenges. I just got home. But we'll see how this goes. I don't have chat admin, guys. I'm really sorry about that. Maybe I can get it from here quickly. And no one is looking. I'll pop it out at the top. Dashboard. And where is the chat? Come on. Just a second. Pop out. We don't need this anymore. And we have chat. Like so. Can I still hover over this? No, no, not very efficiently. Okay, we can see what's going on and we know the text of the card. Looks like Arya and Tricon joined the field. We see that both votes were triggered during opponent's marshalling for the extra gold. And with this, Lennart will have 6 gold for the turn. We do have several people in chat room. Great to see you guys. We have Phlebotom Ali hitting the board and immediately discarded for Messenger Raven and to draw a card. I would say a little bit waste of resources here. Would have been nice to see the builders, aged craftsmen, hitting the board in this case. He can help you find all those key one-off locations that you need. But counting also helps a lot. We see Castle Black. And with this, I think you'll be able to cover most of the challenges, though Lysane's and Darius stealth could prove to be a problem. And also we don't see any saves at this point. Interesting, looks like Lennart missed his window to play here to surf, find the Aemon, help him with the board. And we go into challenges in Craven, hit area. Would have worked if it says where the attachment go here in the notification. Maybe I would mention it to the development team. Because you actually target, so you can see, you can get that information where the attachment go. Would help a little bit, especially in the current era of Kohor being a little bit unchecked in some of the factions. I think Kohor with Dragon is very strong, and currently it needs a peg down. Also, Baratheon is very strong with the current series and all the free attachments. I mean, economy is king still in the game, aside from a little bit of draw. Looks like a very rough first few turns for the world champion. We see again an intrigue challenge with Sansa for strength of 5. Could be easily defended, but it will cost so much resources for Lennart. I wonder if it's time for a reset here. Although we will see definitely return to the field next turn from Derek. I think it's time for at least for one of the two resets to hit the board. I don't. Unfortunately, we don't know how the hand his hand looks like of Lennart. So maybe that will not be the case. But this board is getting out of hand, and I hate scrolling out because people cannot see. But don't tell me Buzz is covering the game. I didn't check before starting. That would be very unfortunate at our end. And in the case of Black standing the Mason. Let's find my Discord quickly. I mean, it says Buzz is listening to Spotify, so maybe he's not covering it. I don't know. What happened here? Did he miss the frame option? I assume they will figure it out manually. Did they manually resolve the claim? What happened here? Ah, there is no power on the faction card. Okay. That makes sense. Interesting to see the Raven go here. Although, yes, he is without icons. but maybe the draw is important in this stage of the game. And we saw that the wall being nailed for a second turn, and dominant goes to Derek. No one said anything, so okay, I do hope we are not overlapping with bus. Would be very unfortunate, like we could have taken more games then. So if you're at the place, I mean, Derek will definitely return to the fuse. What reset are you playing at the side of Lennart? What would make sense? Looks like he opted not to play reset. Seems like he thinks he's still more time. As we have initiative for Derek and making Lennart go first again. I expect to see Wyman go away here to drop the milk. And then maybe Arya to drop this the Craven as well. Currently they're not doing anything. And Recon got sacrificed as well. So this is the second copy of Recon. Yep. And what was under Arya? Under Arya looks like there was a Bear Island scout for the dupe. Lennart is at 5 gold. Unfortunately, currently the vault will give only 1. Looks like Derek depends entirely on fast economy in the face of King's Road and Hartree Grove. Nothing better than, although we did so also Northern Armor is in his deck. Here. Yeah, Northern Armor old gate. This is just for the icon. Gate of the Moon. Looks like when last turn when he searched, he opted not to find gates. Did not want to give his opponent more. Okay, and we see Yoren. He leaked this answer, which makes which covers a little bit more icons this way. Also, there will be no dead Stark characters in his in Lennart's dead pile, so she will be at 4 strength, which is not something to snuff at. It's Winterfell Steward, Hartling Grove. Looks like something big is coming. So, okay, looks like they found a second copy of Wyman. And what? There is 6 more gold. So we see Winterfell Steward sacrificed for a card draw. For another Winterfell Steward and another one. Caitlyn? Okay. So she has to be stopped with brute strength. every challenge they are bolt in. We see old gate. And that will be Wyman will jump in several challenges this turn. Walkie Lake, there is no way to give him renown at this stage. Oh, that would have been insane. I think we won't see challenges here from Lennart again. Yep, makes sense. I wonder if we'll see Mulin's trigger at some point. I think he's very good in this matchup. But I don't know if we'll see challenges. So here. Every inter challenge with requirement and Septa for 6 could be easily defended and even gaining some renown top of it. But I think so at this stage I think Lennart should defend get power from every challenge he can. Currently this looks like an easy access to the set power challenge. Is Derek running nightmares? No, just superior claims. Although that's very scary thought as well. We have nightmare at the side of Lennart. So now a timely nightmare would come very handy to stop Wyman for the round, for the challenges phase at least. He'll still get his 2 cards from those 2 reducers, for sure. Unfortunately, there is no way for Lennart to get rid of the Sansa and reuse Yoren. Does he trigger a Wyman mid challenge? I don't know why it's taking so much time. And we see a big defense in Yoren. A powerful Night Watch out of nowhere. Now we're going to see a jump. So we see triggering Mulin saying Lysian cannot do a military challenge. But still you have to take care of the following of the military that is coming after this one. So kneeling the master. Yeah, but you ensure the victory this way, so okay. This makes a little bit more sense without wasting too much resources. Still, Yoren will have to be nailed here. He's without the correct icons. But at least this way he will win the challenge. How many copies of I'm No One has been run by you? I mean, I would consider 3 here probably. Although there is a quite wide array of events. Which is a good thing in the era where we have Iron Throne. If you have just 1 or 2 events, opponents can pretty easily, this, with open lists again, what the current format is, opponents can very easily identify what's going on. Why was there no power for Renown on Sansa? What happened there? Why didn't Derek took Lennart took the Renown? Is he afraid of giving her back? How? I mean, I know that this, if he goes into Morgulis, the choice for saving her is with Derek, but if he goes into Dukeris, he'll just choose not to save her and she'll go at the bottom of the deck. I think there is merit taking the Renown there. And dominance went to Derek, so he's a date. So next spot. Quick look. I don't think it's time for you win or you die at the Stark side, but maybe barring? I don't know if barring helps, but it's a safe choice. Here, definitely. Or you just go ham and with the you win or you die and try to push. And then for Lennart, maybe Duheris. Duheris does make sense. Also, you get a reuse of your Yoren. And the Duheris will leave you with. Actually, that looks like a terrible idea now after more consideration. So, heads on spikes here to find the other Meister within your deck, or just play out with to stop whatever your opponent is trying to do this turn. Maybe that's an option. So looks like we have a safe choice into barring into heads, and we hit the third recon, and now there is power on the faction card. So we will start seeing Derek applying claim. So return of Aria, Duke, Residue for Septa. That isn't going anywhere. I'm surprised that there are 3 copies of her. But looks like the deck is going around Sansa, Alyssane and Arya. So the small guys are doing the heavy lifting. And we have Winterfell. Jesus Christ. Okay, so unfortunately this looks like a very long game. It will be a very long game. I was hoping to be a little bit faster, honestly, considering how fast crossing can be, start crossing especially. But looks like it's not, will not be the day. How many copies of the renowned guys there are in Derek's deck? So we have a single copy of Daisy, 2 copies of Eddard, and 3 times Rob. Mojon is also renowned. Okay, so there is quite explosive finish if he can survive reset and not play into them. So Arya is like a Christmas tree with everything with her, and we see Lennart going also as wide as possible. Now all the rangers are immune to the stealth bullshit and quite strong, and hope we will keep a steady supply of cards. Yeah, Matt is real now. I mean, if it was in the card in the real life, I just ignore the +1 and go from there. Both, it would be easier. This, the overlay makes it a lot harder. Luckily for Lennart, he doesn't care about the map that much. He has more than enough resources to defend the challenges. Or just a pose where he chooses. Locally this phase he is second, so he will be looking into trying to get something on offense, and that would be mainly the power challenge. And we know that how strong ranging party is in this regard. We have an intrigue challenge. I wonder if Caitlyn will go into this one, trying to force resources out of Lennart, but looks like that's not the case. So intrigue for 8. This for 8. Again, there is so I think Yoren, Sansa and Hop can defend it without much of a problem here. You don't waste that much resources. 8, 8, 10. I mean, it's 3 characters, but the hint is very, very important. We have a Winterfell trigger, so there will be no shenanigans with the Warriors if they receive even one in the deck. Looks like there is not. Did they see a Corin? Oh, there are 3 copies of Corin in the deck. Interesting. So maybe Lennart is looking at some point to just decide the game with Corin. And it looks like exactly as I mentioned. I do hope he starts taking power on Sansa. Looks like he has his keywords optional. Derek, that is. No, Lennart. I don't know why he's not taking. Oh no, she doesn't have renown. She has to be. Septa gives her renown. Okay. Sorry about that. Took me 2 turns to realize. So we will see Weimann stand up for a second swing, but he has to commit quite a number of resources to try and win the challenge on offense, or just do a military and then has his power sapped by Mullin, because after that I don't think it will be a very hard decision what to stop and what not. Also, all the power icons are immune to stealth in this case. And we'll see a standing character, so depending how he'll do the military. Definitely can do it with. It looks like Benjamin will defend the challenge and be stood by Castle Black. And now what do you stop for the power challenge? I think it will be good to see a trigger of Mullin now. But what do you trigger? Do we have in Lennart's deck? We don't have the ranger that gives power on defense. We have a copy of the Shadow Janus. No, not Torrent Smallwood. Now the big power challenge. Spike area was stopped because of the stealth. And now we have 11, 13, 16 and 8 more. 24 for power. I wonder if he will be looking for triggering superior claim here on the power challenge and just seeing it being just opposed. I think here he should be either going all out to trigger the set superior claim if he has it in hand, or try to so he went for 16 and we know that there is 11, so looks like he is forcing Lennart to either over defend to stop the triggering of the superior claim, or forgo his challenges. I will just jump block now with Benjamin, I would say. Give the 1 power and then have intrigue here with the Mason, and then which will probably went unopposed because he needs the strength from Sansa to defend the power challenge that would come from the ranging party. And this way I would have had 2 challenges. I don't think military is important with seeing how many dupes there are on the board and how many claim soak. Also Weimann will stand for free then. That's not something that we want to do. But looks like Lennart is going for the option to just win on power on offense. For the 2 power for the 1 power he's using on defense. And I expect to see a big power challenge from Benjen and the Ranger party, which will be a 1 power swing. I mean, I don't think you can do it half hardly here, because we know that the Weiman can stand. I don't think it is being used at all this turn, but this makes the dominant go to Derek as well. Yeah, I mentioned the big power challenge with the biggest bodies on the board. Oh my god, I'm terrible. There are more people in the chat. Mama, I realized at some point there is no renown. So pulse with Sansa, with Sansa Arya, and get Wyman to stand for the dominance, and you are fine on the side of Derek. This smooth posture will be probably sacrificed, or the Bear Island Scout. Yep, we see stand for Wyman. I mean, he's a little bit over reserved, but that's not a problem. Quality over quantity, and we see a position with Sansa. Arya. Come on, Ivane. One powerful claim. 2 from the wall, and we have 7 to 10 with dominance. Looks like Lennart is in a position where he can actually turn the game around. Stealing Sansa was a very huge play. Luckily enough, he has some more time to do his resets, and Derek was on Duheri, so a little bit even more scarier here. So I don't expect him to play a reset, and if there is one, well played. We see King in the North into Outwit. Looks like he found his king attachment, or doesn't want the wall to trigger this turn. There is no king in the Night's Watch whatsoever, and no ability to have a king at all. The only thing that is even close is the Wildling John that can get the attachment king beyond the wall, or whatever it was, or that raises claim when you're behind. We see Westwatch by the bridge. And currently he covers, no, there is no builder on the board. Oh no, there is one. Okay, so currently he covers all the conditions to trigger for the higher cost slot. And Craven marshaled on Wyman. I would have considered it on Arya more than anything for the stopping the stealth. Wyman is also a solid choice just because with pure strength he can push the challenges through. And that's it for Lennart's marshalling. I wonder if we'll see the king attachment here. Okay, we see another big body hitting the board. Unfortunately, is the one without renown of the Ember Brothers. Family. And no surprise, no challenges from Lennart. Let's see how this will go now. Again, we are starting with an instant challenge with Septa. This time around only. And it will be defended by Sansa, I assume. Just Sansa. I wonder if we'll see enough strength to do anything. Yeah, I think Sansa can cover this without problem now. There is no standing shenanigans here. What? Why? Okay. Looks like Lennart is not scared of the military or the intimidate on military. That could come true. Or maybe that's why he saved Sansa. Is he military? I wonder if it will be with Lysane and Greyjohn. Yep, looks like that's the case. And either overcommit on defense or get something nailed. And after that, can Lennart win the power as well? If he doesn't overcommit here. So the challenge is for 9. And this means quite a lot of overcommitment here. So looks like there will be a intimidate somewhere. Looks like the only option for defense is the ranging party without getting something significantly nailed. But this makes then the power challenge easily won by Arya's stealth. So Arya will state either Sansa or the South Tower Mesa and we'll see a win on power. Interesting. I don't remember if we saw it here. There is no the location that gives us strength. I forgot what his name is. It's something that I commonly see in my meta, meaning by the single Stark that single player that plays Stark but his war list is there for ages. So, and we see there quite a lot. Looks like just a jump on block with Mullin and reducer or copy or a save. I think time for the okay. Looks like dupe from Hope. Knowing that there is no more Gurus in direct side, although he will not reset, I assume. You can safely going to see the range party intimidated, and we will see a power challenge So there is only 8 for defense. So you need quite a little bit more on the offense, but you cover it without a problem just from the boost. So looks like we maybe see a superior tank here. And power challenge area cut is 8 and 4 is 12. 12 versus 8 is not enough, so maybe we'll see Scout joining the challenge. Okay, looks like he's not aiming to win by 5. Where is the stealth going? The shower tower mason? Why there? So if it's that way, you get 9 on defense versus 12. Not enough as mentioned for the spirit realm, but looks like he doesn't have it in hand. So maybe he's trying to win dominance this way. And how does the dominance look like then? 83 is 11 versus 512. So just a jump, just on a position with Sans is more than enough. You'll get 12 for dominance on the side of the Nightwatch. Now dominance is tied, which is a very interesting choice. I would have considered taking dominance as well. Oh no, there is a 1 gold at Lennart's side. Okay, so this makes sense then. Yep. 7 to 12. Looks like we are into the final turn. Final round. So we see you win or you die definitely from Derek. And the question is, what will Lennart play? Derek is playing definitely win or you die, but what do you think Derek will play? Lennart will play fortified position. Does it make sense? Or just try to wipe the board with the fairies, make it smaller, but I think that can backfire. All duplicity. Why? I mean, I think fortified makes a little bit more sense here. Considering you don't have an option to force the opponent out of the I mean, there is no initiative enough to win here but it doesn't matter for Lennart, so looks like the game will be over in the challenges for Derek if he doesn't make a mistake with the challenge order, but just winning the power on offense will be more than enough. And he has enough economy for another big character. And let's see if he found one with the handful of cards he has in hand. We see Heartily Growth. And yep, a big renowned body coming on board. And stand for the big renowned body. Okay, looks like this will be game. But let's not count the chickens. So yet we see 3 bottom alley, triggered immediately, H craftsman, drawing a card, triggering Motown. Okay, so the big renowned body will not be in challenges. Bestow for 1. Or bestow for 2 because he can stop 2 characters in this way from attacking. Okay, maybe not over. Maybe I spoke too soon. With the double trigger of Motown, we'll see 2 characters out of the challenges. And then still, there is quite still economy on the side of Lennart. Ugh. Math nightmare. Mm. Dominance and WoW will be 10. Unfortunately, there is no win in pot face next turn for Lennart, which is a little bit sad. Uh, we see Stuart of the World used for another ranged party. Iron Throne coming down. Something that we should consider is that we have Daisy that she won't be able to attack, but we will see her on defense for sure. Or maybe that will deteriorate you from making challenges on offense then, on the Nightwatch player. Lennart is naming Superior Flame smartly here. Although I think he has more than enough strength to stop all shenanigans. Next spot we have Morgulis from Duheris from Derek's side into God knows what now. And we have a Nightmare on Winterfell, I assume. Or Northern Iron. Okay, on Daisy. So he will not be stopping Daisy with the Motown now. I would have targeted Winterfell for sure, or this tent location. Because you can take care of Daisy with the Motown. So, Inter challenge. Defend with the user, maybe. And hope that is 4. You don't need those guys on offense. Yep. How terrible is this? I can assume it's a little bit more terrible, but we see everything. Cut, I know I've been ignoring you, but how terrible is this? Or are there still people in chat? There is no people in chat. At least we'll be able to see stuff. We'll look at the big red numbers for those that don't know what's going on. We're in the last half an hour of the match. I mean, for going into a reset, Derek's hand is quite big. We'll see if you'll be able to pull it from then back from there. So triggers on Motown is 2 power icons, Mooling is 3 power icons, and then Definitely not enough time to even win the power on offense. That is very sad. So we see military with Lysain just, I assume. Tilting Joren, I would say. Okay, looks like it will be with Lysain and Greyjohn to force a little bit of resources at least. And Winterfell. I mean, this is 8 and 4 is more than enough to stop. You're losing this Tricon. If you pulse with just the... Okay, Yoren was tilted actually. So we have a 5 then, which would make you new Benjen. But as long the ranging parties stay up, I don't think there is a problem there. At this point you are not afraid of the power challenge because you can definitely stop it in more than one way. Hmm. Looks like there won't be need even of triggering Westwatch this turn. Uh, Quite a lot of resources at the hands of the Nightwish player. But let's see how much... this defense is probably the more crucial one of the two. The Intimidate can mess up your game plan. And we have a trigger of Winterfell. This is a little bit frustrating at this point of taking so much time. I'm pretty sure there are not many. You either fully defend it or just let it go and then go from there. I mean, next turn just stop Caitlyn from attacking and you're set. So we see defense for 8, 9. Looks like a waste. Although, but if it was just a jump charge, okay, so fine. Not that huge of a waste. The 2 reducers will be given for claim definitely here. I don't think it's time to kill Sansa. You need the power on defense. Definitely. And also she has a crucial intake icon where you can push a challenge on offense. It doesn't matter that much. Oh, looks like he miscalculated. Okay, looks like he's fine with this. Not sure what happened there. I can imagine the constant jumping in of viewers to be a little bit distracting. And we see, okay, looks like it doesn't matter what we give Ukraine, knowing what the last plot is. So any party was given for Ukraine. So this was made to optimize your next turn, where you have so we see Grey John used stand with the Northern Armory. So this was made to optimize your board for the upcoming Dukeris. And that one strength, the reducer was looks like he's being key. So let's see what he's planning to save them for next turn. Looks like the Shadow Tower Mason and the reducer. This is 3. Yorn is definitely not being saved and Sansa will be dropped. We see a Motown stopping Caitlyn as mentioned, and I expect to see one more trigger. Courtesy of Westwatch. We see a trigger of Mulling to stop Arya. And then another, so this leaves Derek with 8, 11, 15, 20 strength for power, and on defense there is not even close to that. Looks like you save one of the last gold for next round, and with that he'll probably secure his win. I mean, I've said already many times, so again there is still time. And power with everyone for exactly 20. And we will see a chump defense, I assume, and random and intimidate somewhere. I would defend just with the craftsman, considering the fact that I already made sure that one shot. Oh, okay. So he will win it on defense with this. 21. Yay! Great job, Lennart. And let's see what challenges we'll see on offense. Quite a lot of strength on that power challenge, so I expect to see at least intrigue or military first. Both of which are without any, so he'll just win dominance and wall. Doesn't make sense, yep. And we see dominance and wall. Standing phase. Now we can start thinking what people will keep. We'll see a trigger of hope for 2 more cards. We know that there is Duher is coming, so the question is what's the next what that we'll see. So first let's look at the discard pile. So we have superior claim, we have a double copies of feather. Off to Goat Town, on gate, pretty much, and the last copy of Wyman. Drinking him. 6. Yeah. Let's see what Lennart can play here. Fortified. Fortified make a little bit of sense, or here to serve. Find a character, but that doesn't have more initiative than to carry, so that will backfire for sure, or just find a copy. I would probably go fortified or Ducaris into Ducaris so you don't waste your reset. So first player will be Derek, and let's see what the players will keep here. I'm definitely keeping Benjen. I'm not keeping Yoren and Sansa as a Night Watch player, so I'm keeping Benjen, which is 5, and then these 5. So Benjen, Moulin, Reducer, and Shadow Tower Mason. This makes most sense to me because here we have 2 power on Benjen, which could probably be stopped by Winterfell trigger. But then if you survive this turn, you can go into Morgulis to win with Benjen there. So that is something that... So we see Alysain, Arya, and Caitlyn chosen. Why choose Arya? Arya is immune, but she would go then for the other. So this is for your Duharis, you have to choose her, and she is immune to the opponent Duharis. Huh. This makes her immune to opponent plot effects. Yeah, only opponent plot effects. So, and we see Murin, Shadow Tower, Mason, Stuart Devon, and Benjen. So this makes sense in the giving the ranging party for claim last turn. And this way we have a builder, a steward, and a ranger on the board for the Westwatch to be able to stand. Is this challenge only? Okay, to be able to stand whatever he wants or needs. Let's see what players will decide to draw here. We see James joining shortly and leaving after realizing it's not builders. Maybe Hervijo? Hervijo? Maybe. Sorry if I butchered your name. Definitely yes. But maybe they've just bonked on that point. So yeah, Wyman could have sacrificed some characters for the draw, knowing he's going away. Looking at the discarded pile makes me sad. And we are into marshalling. What is going on? Why is it taking so... looks like Lennart is thinking about triggering the throne. Considering it's only... Okay, exactly 6 gold after, so we can see one of the bigger bodies hitting the board. In this top deck option, but you have more than enough resources to defend everything and stop them from attacking. Still the game is very close, but that's what the WoW decks does. And we see triggering the throne, naming Eddard. Oh, looks like, yeah. I was thinking Eddard or Rob, but the next is the Bear Islands count that comes to mind. Very curious how the interface works for that, and I just have to test it and a few runs to see is it giving suggestions or do you have to write it down and it corrects you. We see Summer that will return probably Stuart. which returns Bran, and it looks like you see Bran in play. Okay. I think there were more than one viable calls there for the Iron Throne, but Scout puts the most pressure on the board. Well, that makes sense to some extent. So this turn we won't be able to see Kathleen will not be able to be stopped because the charter has to be without gold. So we will see either Alicane or Arya stopped in this challenge phase. Let's see how much you see Survivor. Interesting enough, there is surprising number of and Janus going to Shadow and Haunted Forest. A hard lock on the game at this point by the Nightwatch by Lennart. Interesting enough how many hidden knights are within the Nightwatch ranks. As someone who tried to play Night deck with Nightwatch, there are quite few of them. At the place of Renner, at the position of Renner, do you trigger Motown immediately? Is it stops you from challenges until the end of the phase? I will probably wait for action from Derek first. In case of a random I'm no one drone. So we see military challenge, immediate reaction with the haunted forest, and Shadow Tower Mason being stealth and triggering Winterfell. So this could be blocked by Survivor without a problem if you don't want to lose a character here. Although I don't think you care. I mean, yeah, that's actually the only possible option you have to hand with Weimar. I think in next action window, Murin will name an insect challenge to stop Kathleen, and this way there will be no crossing challenge this turn. And not enough strength on power to push through. Looks like he just left it defended with the Haunted Forest. And he will give the reducer to frame. Interesting, he decided to do the military first, that being Derek, because now he's definitely stopped from doing a crossing challenge. So maybe Intrigue was right, the right decision to go first, because there is more than enough icons then for the other challenges, and then if uh, Murin should probably name Intrigue now, not Cutman. Yep. Um, yeah, really time is calling in. I think my looks like I'll sleep on the couch. Let's see. 9, 11. I think they'll go to tiebreakers. That's how things look like to me. Um, so they would we will not we are definitely not going to the next spot. I don't expect it to be so. Looking at how the game is going on here. We see power, and we see the cell tower mason tilted by area. And this is powerful turn. There is more than enough to defend it even without boosting strength. There is 14 at the side of the Lennart, and I think he maybe win on time with just the dominance and WoW and the power challenge on offense. Uh, why didn't he just won the challenge outright? So looks like he would like to do all 3 challenges. So unopposed intrigue is 9, unopposed power is 11, and then dominance unopposed power is 11 and 2 13. 12, so it will be 13 to 13 with this order of business. And they'll go to counting cards. Unfortunately, Derek has fewer cards in his deck. Uh, we see passing the black gate. A little bit too late. Power is 11. Okay, so with this he will get one more. I mean, I forgot that the character has a power icon without so many things on it. Yep, time's up. Another Wonga's video from my part. Unopposed claim. WoW is 13, dominance is 14. Yep, so Lennart got it in the end. Well done and very tightly navigated by Lennart. Lending and taxation. Yep, well, I mean, he was winning in pot face next round for sure, so... Uh, I mean, that's the nature of the low decks. GG. Great showing for two amazing players. Very well navigated. Some top decks included. Other than the Vyman not triggering last turn, I would say a very well played game from Derek as well. Yeah, maybe King in the North could have. Yep. Okay, so I see 10 people telling me I'm a terrible player, so I'm getting out of here. Good night.